So, hello everyone. Welcome to day 42 of Learning Data Science. And we have covered the Python module and we have started with EDA, which is exploratory data analysis. And yesterday we have covered the theory part of it. Basically, what are the uh, subparts of EDA? And basically, in EDA, what will be the things coming from? Okay. And we have completed the theory part. And today we will discuss probably most of the things one by one. The first part, then the second, then the third, then fourth, like this, right? So let me open my spider once it's being open. So we will start with the things. And yes, again, why spider? Why I suggest spider ID? Because again, it's a beginner friendly. Yeah, there is so much glitch in it. Means like, but again, for a beginner purpose, a spider is a good thing. Why? Because it gives you various documentations, various features are there, which as a beginner, it will be quite helpful for you guys. Okay. So I will share my screen. Okay. And after that, I will open a spider here. Okay. So you can see here in my, just give me ED here. Basically, yesterday, what we did, we discussed about what is basically EDA, and in EDA, what are the various things. Like you can see here, the very first thing is first moment business decision, which is measure of central tendency, right? So basically, in your ninth or 10th class in the mathematics in stats, you might have learned about mean, median, and mode. So it is not that much too much of rocket science. Yeah, basically it's a data science, but it's not a rocket science. So understanding these three things would might not be a difficult task for you. Basically, what is mean, what is mode, and what is this all stuffs, right? So what I will do, I will quickly just start. I will just share my whiteboard so that I can explain off with the things. Okay. Yeah. So for example, I have my data points. For example, my data points is X, N. Okay. And in N, for example, my data points are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So basically, these are all my data points. And if I want to calculate the mean, so basically, what's the mean? What's the mean for it? I want to calculate mean. Okay. So basically, what's the formula for mean? Formula for mean is summation of all the values, which is you can say n, and divided by n, which is number of total number of elements. Okay, total number of data points. Okay, what we can write here, we can write here, which is basically this is sum of sum of elements divided by number of elements. Okay, you can write here total. total number of elements. So basically, what is the sum of all these elements? If you calculate the sum, so basically it's 1 plus 2, which is 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 5, 15. So it will be 15 above, and total number of elements is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. So if we will divide it, the answer will be 3. So basically, the mean, the mean is 3. Okay. So I hope you guys have understood basically what's the uh, logic behind mean and what is basically the mean. You might have understood these things. So what we will be doing, we will be moving on to our next thing. Our next thing is median. Okay. So basically, what is median? So again, median means middlemost value. Okay. Median here is middlemost. Median here is middlemost value. So what's the middlemost value here, which is 3. Okay. So my median will be 3. Okay. So this is the whole thing about median. And now what we'll be doing, we will be discussing about the mode. Okay. What is basically the mode? Okay. What is basically the mode? So here the mode, you will not get the mode here. You will get all the values as a mode. Basically, mode means the number of highest occurrence of the values. If I will add here, for example, 2, so the value of my mode will be 2. Okay. If I will add here again 3, so what will happen? My value of mode will be 2 comma 3. If I will write here again 3, so what will happen? So what will happen? My mode value will be 3. My mode value will become 3. Okay. So these are all are the basic steps. Basic means like about mode, median, and mean. So I hope you have understood that what do you mean by mean, median, and mode. Okay. Okay. What I will do, I will just uh, the first thing is that I will import one database. Okay, I will import one database. Why? Because I will show you basically how can we calculate using this, you using Python syntax. Again, you don't have to write the sum of elements. You don't have to write the formulas. You have to write the queries. But again, what the formula behind the queries, you have to understand that thing. If you will not understand, then again, it will be quite difficult for you that how this particular thing is being happening. Okay. So what I will do, uh, mm, wait a minute. I will import pandas. Okay. I will just write here, and I will import here pandas, import pandas as PD. Again, why do we use pandas? What is basically pandas used for? Pandas is basically used for data manipulation. Anything you have to do with data, okay, so what you will do, you will use pandas for it. Okay, pandas is basically for data manipulation thing. Okay, so what I will do, I will just run this line of code. And for the next thing, what I will do, for example, I will just take one variable known as, for example, df. Okay, and in df, what I will do, I will write pd dot read CSV. Okay, pd dot read CSV. Again, what CSV file will be there? I will just open it from here. Uh, any CSV or Excel file. Okay. Uh, I will just open it here. I will just go here and not here. Volume D, and here in projects, I will go with AI tutor data sets, first data set. And for example, I have to open particularly this data set. So what I will do, I will simply just go here. I will go here. I will copy as path. Copy. I will do copy as path, and I will just go here. I will use a R, basically R why I am using, R I am using to read my this particular data set. Okay. Basically this particular file, location of the file. Otherwise, if I will not use R, so what will happen? Uh, Basically R here is means read string. It will read my this string. Okay. This is particularly the uh, location of my this data set. So it will work accordingly. Okay. Uh, 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 if you don't want to use R, basically it's showing some issues, and I don't want to deeply look into through it because there are various options I can go with. Okay, and I will just execute this line of code. You can see basically my PDF is being successfully executed. Okay, so for example, if I want to see what is there inside my DF, so what I will do, I will simply just execute it here, and I will execute this line of code. And in the variable explorer, okay, here if I will click on, okay, and if I will open this particular my data frame, so you can see here basically in this I have a index value, I have a student ID, I have ID site, I have date, I have some click, etc., etc. These are all are the things which is currently present inside my data frame. Okay, if I want to look only for the first data, so what I will do, I will use df.head. What is this? Basically, df.head will do by default, it will give you the five data. Mm. Okay, and similarly, if I will write here instead of df.head, if I will write here tail, so it will give you the last five data. Okay, so last five data we have got. And again, if I have to write, okay, and if I have to check the info of the data, okay, for example, df.info, if I will write it and if I'll execute this line of code, then basically in df.info, what it will do, it will show me that my features name was, you can see here, uh, you can see here my features name was Code module was my first feature. Code presentation was there. Code presentation id, student id was there. Id site is there, date is there, and some click is there. By default you can see it's 2014J, and obviously it's a var so it will take as a string. So for that particular thing, the data type you can see here, this object and all these things. What do you mean by this things means that these are all the data types. And you can see here my id student, this is integer. So for that particular thing you can see here int 64 is there. So basically what df.info will do, df.info basically uh, it gives us the information of our data frame. Okay, and basically what information it will give, basically what's the data type of my features, what is the data types of my columns. Okay, you can see here range index is this, entries is from 0 to this, and my total columns is 6 columns. And basically what are those 6 columns, what are the data types, it has given it successfully, right? And if I will write here df.describe, so if I will write df.describe, so what's the meaning of df.describe? Df.describe basically it gives all the stats values. Okay, so if I will execute this line of code, so you can see here my all the stats value which I have been discussing earlier. Here you can see it: mean, median, mode, variance, standard deviation. You can see here mean is there. Okay, standard deviation is there. Minimum is there, minimum. Then again, this is upper quartile. This is middle quartile. This is lower quartile. This is middle. Excuse me. So this is middle quartile. This is again upper quartile, right? So basically, these all things you can see here. All my statistical calculation we have been seen by which by what, by df.describe. So it gives us the all the stats value. Again, if you don't want to calculate the with df.describe, so what you can do, you can write here just df, and in the square bracket you can write here the column name, for example, column name. So I can just go here above. I will just copy this my column name and I will just paste it here. Oh my bad. I will just paste here and I will just write here dot mean. Okay, dot mean I will write. And if I will execute this line of code, you can see here my mean is 7333333. Okay, so basically here we are discussing about the first moment business decision. Okay, and basically in first moment business decision, the very first topic we discussed about the mean. So basically this is how we can calculate mean using Python syntax. Okay, if you want to calculate the median as well, so what I will do, I will just copy this thing, I will just paste it here, and instead of mean I will write here median. And if I will execute this line of code, you can see here median is there. Okay, and what I will do again here, I will just write here mode. I've written here mode, and if I will execute this line of code, you can see here my mode is 5378881. Basically this value is being repeated with the most of the times. So here now I have just finished with the our first moment business decision. Our first moment business decision was basically calculating mean, median, and mode. So basically by these things we can calculate mean, median, and mode. If you don't want to calculate individually, so what you can do, you can use df.describe. Df.describe also it will gives you the same values. It's like it will gives you the statistics, all those values. Okay, So these are were the things. Tomorrow we will discuss about the second moment business decision. Basically the measures of dispersion, which is variance, standard deviation, and range. And till then, you guys just keep practicing it. Just take any data set from anywhere, okay, and just perform this first moment of business decision. You can use df.info. It will gives you all the information. You can use the describe function. You can use head, tail, all these things, whichever we have discussed till now. Okay. So keep practicing it because I want you to sprint in your career, and see you tomorrow. Till then, goodbye. Take care. Jai Hind.